Now, for anyone not familiar with the term, a psyop is basically a shorthand for a psychological operation, often deployed to delegitimize or legitimize a certain type of view. And we've come to the conclusion that Matt Goodwin is precisely that, a psychological operation. Now, that sounds a bit conspiratorial, maybe we're coming across a bit nutty, but when you really delve into it, what Matt Goodwin is doing and what this disastrous interview that he did on GB News is, the underlying message might actually be that he is trying to delegitimize the messages of the right and delegitimize the Great Replacement theory. So let's break into it. Matt Goodwin published that absolute slop piece of literature, The Suicide of Britain. That book in of itself is obviously a good indicator of this. It's written so atrociously, so comedically, um, bad. The title page of it as well, like the actual front cover, looks as if it's a left wing ideas of what a right winger would publish. It's not the same type of cover that someone would publish. So he went on the GB News to debate about this book, and it was a disaster for him. He couldn't answer any of the questions about his lack of referencing, his lies, and whatnot. But all of this serves a deeper purpose, is it makes all the arguments he's presenting look stupid of themselves. This is a big issue, of course, because now if we're trying to argue from a serious position, the fate of demographic replacement or any of the other ills of the current society, it's been referenced by Matt Goodwin. He's now the figurehead to the kind of mainstream populace of advocating these ideas. He's essentially a kind of comedic token that you insert in to espouse these views. Thus, everyone that then also agrees with him can kind of be chalked into the same type of person of Matt Goodwin. Now, Matt Goodwin obviously also has a lot of ties to the movement Hope Not Hate. Now, I don't know about you, but I think it's quite suspicious for someone to immediately change their political views from Hope Not Hate level leftism to suddenly being a based right winger, right? That's not really a traditional pipeline, especially in your 30s. I mean, people don't really tend to change their political beliefs that quick when they're this old. So there's definitely some links of Matt Goodwin to the kind of broader system and the broader social security apparatus. So the logic stands in that respect. Also, note that the person he was debating was from the left. It wasn't Matt Goodwin getting debating with someone with similar positions. GB News specifically framed a left winger debating Matt Goodwin. The left winger was the one that got to seem smart. Matt Goodwin, the right winger, quote unquote, was the one that got made to look dumb. The point of all this is that I genuinely believe he's deliberately been inserted in to make us and our opinions look stupid.
I agree as well. I mean, I'm still on. I don't know if I'd fully call it a sub. I'm not trying to undermine you. Don't worry, Christian, bro. But
No. I
for
mean, you
me,
can disagree.
the way I look at it is that having somebody like Mike Goodwin, whether or not he's a sub in the first place, Reform picking him shows how unserious they are, regardless whether he's a sub or not. It shows how unserious they are about the real, quote unquote, real agenda they're trying to put forward. They don't care about demographic replacement because let's be honest, you don't have to write a book about demographic replacement for it to be scary. It is scary. Like the fact is scary in itself. The fact that in 50, 60, 80, 90 years, doesn't matter how long it takes, the fact that in 3 or 4 generations, the British people would be a minority within their own country is a scary fact. It doesn't matter whether you're a left or right wing. But the fact that Matt Goodwin's representing it and making it seem really silly, goofy, and the fact that every time he got attacked on the interview about his referencing, he just went back to attacking children, it just makes him sound weird and egotistical. And all it does is have his argument placed alongside satire and unseriousness, which is a video me and you have already spoken about, or a topic we've already spoken about, Christian, bro, which is the white people, or in this case, the right wing being just seen as unserious. And for me, that's the real issue. Whether or not it's a psyop, I definitely see your point. I am kind of leaning towards that, I'll be honest with you. But I just think, regardless of whether or not it is, you, as the viewer, if you're potentially thinking about voting reform, you have to look at the fact that they're allowing Matt Goodwin to say this stuff. They're allowing him to go on air. They haven't fired him yet. How? He's making the right look ridiculous. And the left being seen as like...
Containment.
Exactly. It's proof it's containment. You're exactly right, Christian, bro. Like, the left is just seen as this sensible guy. None of this guy's points, necessarily, if you were to ask him about his opinion, are sensible. But because he's critiquing Matt Goodwin, he is sensible. That's kind of the point. The left is made seen as sensible.
That's the thing. Like, of course, demographic replacement is a scary thought. But note in this debate, right? that was the argument of it never got attacked, right? It was just the statistical representation that got attacked. Hence, the argument was never actually dealt with. It was just Matt Goodwin's presentation was poorly written, right, and not actually referenced properly. So it's just the attack now just becomes, well, I mean, I guess demographic replacement isn't happening because right wingers can't cite their sources correctly, right? It's no longer just an attack on the actual argument itself. It's just how it's been represented through Matt Goodwin. I think that's the key
100%.
delineation for me as well.
Yeah.
All his points, right? They weren't attacked or beaten. He got beaten on how he represented those points. And he thus makes anyone that says the same points look dumb. And the easy kind of general narrative argument that will now happen is, if you kind of like bring up demographic replacement amongst a bunch of normies or a bunch of leftists, they'll probably just go to this. They'll default to this kind of interview and be like, well, clearly the numbers are wrong, right? Where'd you get that from? Matt Goodwin, right? It's a complete delegitimization. And the fact he's this dumb and this kind of caricaturishly stupid and such almost, as I said with the cover of his book, almost like a kind of left winger's idea of what a right wing conservative looks like, genuinely delves into the point that I do reckon this man is a psyop connected to the security service aimed at delegitimizing the right and bringing the right more in line with the same sloppy Tory establishment stuff. Now, just a brief one for today. If you have any thoughts on this, please leave them down below. It does seem like a lot of viewers of this channel have a lot of thoughts on this specific issue, so please let them know, good or bad.
I want to quickly throw some mud in Reform's face one more time. Remember, people didn't take the grooming gang cases seriously because Farage kept misquoting statistics. He kept lying about what was happening. He kept lying about who was responsible. And that just made the whole serious issue seem silly. We can't have that. We can't have that. Don't, please, for the love of God, reconsider who you are allowing yourself to vote for and just vote on some kind of principles. But anyway, this video is not that about. It's not about that. My apologies. God bless you all. Thank you very much for watching. Quick one today. Me and Christian Roche went into a rant because we watched the interview today. And yeah, take care of yourself, lads, and we'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.